Ladies and gentlemen, live from the top of the food chain, Brooklyn, New York, a new day has arrived in cable TV. Strap yourselves in for a fun ride. It's the Cyclone Variety Show. Now here's your host, Cyclone!
Hey, look at me, new entrance! Like I told you people on Facebook. Oh, goodness gracious. Welcome back to the Cyclone Variety Show. I am your host, Pork E. Pig. But I actually want to start off on a bit of a somber note. Last month, one of my guests, Danny Reimer, who is from Unique Solar Art, check that out on Instagram and on Facebook, Unique Solar Art. Nasty, if my assistant, Nasty, if you could give him a round of applause, please. By the way, this is, zoom in on this, please. Got a shot of it? Just made this for me. Danny Reimer, once again, Unique Solar Art. His wife recently passed away. So I want to send my deepest heartfelt condolences. Keme Nicole Reimer was her name, and I know he's been crushed, but hopefully it'll pick up for him soon. But before I continue, I want to put this in its new location. Don't no camera follow me, because we're not professional here. Thanks once again for not following me. So September is halfway done, and it's actually Take a Man on a Date month. And I, ladies, have not gone on a date yet, so your time is slippily running away. Next week, September 21st, is Peace Day, not between Israeli and Arabs, between fast food restaurants. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, White Castle. They're all coming together to create a fat man's dream. The Mac Whopper Animator Edo Raver, which is a piece of everybody's specialties. By the way, normally I've been since day one a very special director. My friend Matthew is no longer directing. So what I want all of you guys to do right now is look towards control room and say, "Hi, Cliff."
Hi, Cliff.
Hi, Cliff.
Good hi, Cliff.
That's all right. You don't really have to say hi to him. He's an Eagle fan, you know. So the 27th of this month is actually something called Sun, Moon, or Lunar Eclipse, and that's where the moon is 14% bigger and appears slightly reddish. Sort of like my face in a staff meeting. And as a matter of fact, more even for outer space, the Mars rover recently sent back images of what appears to be a woman on the planet Mars. Yep. Die-hard fans are actually thinking it's more Alice Cramden. But here on Earth, North Korea has now instituted its own time zone. They're calling it Chris Christie's time. And, well, my knuckles hurt. I wonder why, Patrick. There's been a recent multi-state recall of cucumbers grown in Mexico because there were 285 cases of salmonella. Boy, wait till Donald Trump finds out about that. There was an Australian fisherman who recently took photos of two poisonous sea creatures biting each other. Actually, what it turned out to be was Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders making out. Egyptian billionaire Nagim Saniris wants to buy an island from Italy and house all the refugees from the Middle East there. And they've decided to call it Staten Island too. Arnold Schwarzenegger has been named the new head man at The Apprentice. And you figure the boardroom for an apprentice run by Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be like a who's who of Arnold lines. Something like, stop your whining, kids. You are soft. You lack discipline. Consider this a divorce. Hasta la vista, baby. You won't be back. There was recently in New York City another racial incident. Yeah, Jack White of the White Stripes apparently beat up Patrick Carney of the Black Keys. Wait, black? Can't music guess all get along? Tell me, are you guys ready for the Pope to come to New York? You can always tell a room of lots of Christians when nobody cares for the Pope. Well, you know who actually is ready for that? Kim Kardashian. She actually helped the Pope. She reached out to the Vatican, helped the Pope become an emoji. I think it's time I become an emoji. Yeah. Although I think they do already have the big pile of poop. Football fans around?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that looks at RG3 sort of as the football version of Kanye West? You know who's better actually than Kanye West? My first guest. He's all the way from Connecticut. He should be working on his podcast along of two other people.
Yeah.
I better not say it's yours.
No, it's not mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, the musical guest you can regularly hear on PPRN Radio every Tuesday and every Wednesday from 7 to 11. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan 6A.
This first song is called Feel Good Songs. You can find it on YouTube. She's pulling up in her daddy's old Chevy pickup truck. Won't be long till she's knocking on my door, asking me to sing the same songs that I sang last night. But I'm half in the bag, I got bigger plans for tonight. We're listening to this feel-good songs on the radio, driving 110 with the top down on my convertible, driving the back roads, feeling the wind blow in my face, listening to this feel-good songs on the radio. Got a red Solo cup, but I prefer blue. If I weren't drunk tonight, I'd probably be spending it with you. But I don't whine, but I'll drink whatever's left. I've got something planned tonight, like listening to this feel-good songs on the radio, driving 110 with the top down on my convertible, driving the back roads, feeling the wind blow in my face, listening to this feel-good songs on the radio. And I may never come back. I've gotta keep moving faster. No, I may never come back. I'll put it in fifth gear and steer straight ahead, listening to this feel-good songs on the radio, driving 110 with the top down on my convertible, Driving the back roads, feeling the wind blow in my face. Listening to this feel-good songs on the radio. I'm listening to this feel-good songs on the radio. Driving 110 with the top down on my convertible. Driving the back roads, feeling the wind blow in my face. Listening to this feel-good songs on the radio.
Was I right? Of course I was. You don't have to say it. They always say I'm right. Once again, I just want to say that check out Unique Solar Art on Instagram and on Facebook. Okie dokie. Now, my special guest today is an absolute wonder. I just thought of that. I really am good. Damn. Chris Wonder Shack. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him.
Thank you.
By the way, Mr. Coney Island Strongman. Right off the top, how and when did you even discover that you had the ability or even the love of doing this?
I really discovered an interest in it probably in October of 2009. And the first time I was ever told that I had any real skill or ability was probably January 23, 2010, when I first had a meeting with a famous old-time strongman in New Jersey. And he said I had something special.
Now, that's Greg Mattock.
Greg Mattock, yes,
Mattock.
who's no longer with us.
Right. Now, someone like him, is there a difference in style of showing how to do this with other advisors, coaches, people of that level, or is it basically all generically the same?
I would say there are differences, particularly since there's no standardization in human beings. You have people come tall, short, fat, skinny, whatever, and they all have different places that they consider themselves to be advantaged or strongest. So there's a basic technique, and then the individual develops nuances and figures out where he can muster up the most amount of strength or torque.
Now, being a strongman, you obviously have to have strength. You're not 6'7", 325, you know. When someone finds out that you do this, are they shocked? Or even the bigger guys that do this, do they even look at you and say, no way, you can't do what I do?
Most people that are not part of the group are usually stunned, and they ask, they don't want to say, you got to be kidding me. They would rather say, well, what's that? And they want you to show them something, and which I'm obliging. I enjoy doing that. And we recognize that all the people in the community have different talents, different specialties, and you know, all the same purpose, developing and showing strength through these old-time feats. But some are particularly good at bars, and some are great at cards, and some are known for horseshoes and stuff like that. Maybe it has to do with how much dedication. You like something, you spend more time doing it.
Have you ever? Now, I would think even something smaller like nails. Have you ever suffered any injuries?
Not so much off the nails, but off of curling steel bars. I had a rather serious gash in my wrist, and so I wear welding gloves when I do it from now on. But I'm sure that there are certain aches and pains I have. You develop a lot of strength doing it too, so give and take.
Let's talk for a few minutes about a film called Bending Steel. All about you.
All about me.
First of all, how exciting was it to get you on film?
Absolutely thrilling. The first time I saw the film, I said, "Funny, that guy looks a little bit like me." And then afterwards, when it settled in, you walk around on a pink cloud for a little while. Um, Try not to let it get to your head too much, but it's a special feeling,
But
life changing.
but doing this, having the film, has it changed you? Do you see a change in yourself from pre strongman Chris to present day Chris?
Enormous strength, enormous difference. It gave me a feeling of a group of positive people to spend time with, a wholesome sense of self-worth. My feet were firmly planted on the ground. I felt that I had something indeed unique or special, and it encouraged me to go out into life and try and experience new things which I would never have tried. I notice I'm noticeably less contemptuous of what other people do, and I might even find value in what other people do, even though it's not something I'm particularly interested in, which is a big change. I used to just dismiss everything else. Anything I was not immediately involved in was just very dismissive, and it got to a rather sort of isolated lifestyle. I did exactly what I needed to do and maybe something I wanted to do, and that was it. And now I'm just bombarded with so many new things. Maybe I'm good at, maybe I'm not good at. There aren't enough hours in the day. It's just opened up an entirely different world for me.
Now you talk a lot about basically being mind over matter, and I this is going to come across really bad. But is it sort of like that scene in Karate Kid, breaking the ice blocks?
No, because that was rigged.
Right.
No, 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 no. It's not. It's not. It really can't be compared with that. I don't think. I've never broken ice, but no, it's a different activity from that. Although people that do it professionally, there's mass and acceleration involved, and there's certain conditioning in their hands and arms that enable them to withstand the blow. Yeah, there's conditioning here, and it's certainly mass and velocity is the key here, or mass and acceleration is definitely key.
I would imagine, even with the torque, you have to have strength, incredible strength in your hands and your wrist.
Good, yes, definitely.
Once again, this might come across as wrong. I really don't mean it that way. I don't. Have you ever tried, or even, I don't even know, thought of maybe picking up the old piece of coal and crushing it to a diamond?
No, but and if I could, I don't know that I would be here.
Maybe I could sit on one and turn it into a diamond, and I could leave because. Is it now? You're going to do some stuff for us later on.
Yes.
But would you compare that it's a similar, or would there be some differences in tearing the deck of cards compared to the phone book?
It's a little bit similar. If you can go through a deck of cards, there's absolutely no way to rig it. Phone books can kind of be rigged a little bit. They aren't always, but they can be. Popping them. I mean, we've all seen it on the internet. You really can't do that with a deck of playing cards.
Deep down inside of you, why do you think this has become a lost art? Because it has. It's not what it was in the 40s, 50s, or even maybe before that.
You know, that's the only question I could think of I've never been asked before. And I love it so much, I can't understand how everybody isn't involved in it. But there isn't a lot of money in it, even if you're good at it. it's hard. I'm not really sure why. It never really took off. Usually when it's foisted or people are confronted with it, they find it amazing. It's a source of amazement like magic, even though it's not magic. And they find it very entertaining, and they're captivated by it. And I don't know why it hasn't taken off. I don't know how to answer that question exactly.
Now you're going to be in Salt Lake City coming up.
Yes, November.
Yeah, the NAMIs as a keynote speaker.
Yes.
What type of honor is that? Because NAMI is National Association of Mental Illness.
Yes.
So, getting to speak to that group, how much does that mean to you?
It's a great honor, and I hope to certainly inspire a lot of people, motivate a lot of people, and probably educate them regarding some of the problems that I've had in my life, and show that the steel is just a metaphor for life, and that they probably could, because a lot of these people I presumably work with ill people or are ill themselves, and that there is in fact hope, light at the end of the tunnel, and the important thing is they find something that they are good at and that they enjoy, and it will enable them to turn their lives around. And me being 47, my life changed rather late, but to be an example of somebody who hung on and sort of didn't quit 5 minutes before the miracle. And that's what I hope to show accurately to these people. That's one of them, many things.
You're also a trainer.
Personal trainer, yes.
Being a strongman and being a trainer, is there ever a time when someone's pulling the lazy, where you can literally just bend the steel around their neck and like not shame them into doing something, but extra motivation?
And do I use my talent to sort of give people a little extra oomph to get them?
Yeah.
Usually, no. I try and keep my steel bending and stuff under wraps at the gym. I mean, many of them know that that's a large part of my life, but I try and once in a while I talk to them about it, and when I'm discussing strength, and maybe it gives me a little more credibility, I talk about isometric strength, and I talk about how it's different from weightlifting and that sort of stuff. So, I mean, maybe it gives me a little more credibility. It's certainly a point of interest for most people.
If you had to pick the one thing to give you the extra strength in your hands and your wrists, would you say it's wrist curls?
No, I would probably hunt for a little more back strength.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of what I do comes from twisting and torque, and I depend very heavily on my back.
How is this even relaxing?
It's meditation in motion. So I find it a brief period in time in life when I can sort of really depart from the world in typical sense. I sort of make myself one with the steel, and it's sort of my opponent. I'm battling it. It's like actually bending the bar. It's like wrestling with an alligator. You got its mouth closed, and it's going to put you in the death roll, and you got to hold on. And as long as you hold on to that mouth and go through that death roll, you'll survive. So that's how I look at the bar.
Being at that level, is yoga something that you do also?
Never tried it. Never tried it. I don't know that much about it. I know a lot of people get a lot of enjoyment, and it's kind of all the rage now. But I don't know. I never was motivated to do anything.
You guys want to see him in action?
You want to see me in action? Huh?
All right.
All right. Most of the things I do were probably done on Coney Island. I don't know, certainly by 1930. And a typical or a basic strongman feat would be to tear a deck of cards. We'll have this gentleman have a look and see. Make sure they're plastic coated cards. There's no hocus pocus. And you better too, as host.
You know what? Giving me a deck of cards in this mood, I don't know. I might start, anting up some poker over here.
And I usually always tear them with the Joker first.
Wow. That is obliteration.
And I left 2 for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me with cards, I'm telling you, I'm going to wind up playing poker and
I'm
I'm
probably
gonna-
losing it. Then.
Yeah. That's the only thing I'm good at is losing. Anything else?
I have here 6-inch spikes. Most strong men, you had to bend the 6-inch spike. You want to pick one out for me here? That you want me to bend? Okay. You want this? Are you happy with this nail? There are 3 others. Anyone you
Absolutely.
want? I have these little, as Adam Reelman calls them, schmattas. And I usually just wrap it a little bit here on the end just so it doesn't go through my hand. Doesn't really give me much advantage.
Wow. That is
Thank you.
damn. You know,
5/16.
I see you online, and I told you before, I think it's amazing. And looking at it, how the hell aren't there more people doing this? I know I normally do this to food, but I mean, I can't do this. Jesus. Wow, that's. I can barely do that to a hanger. Oh, man.
Thank you.
Wow. That is incredible.
I have one other piece here, a railing, which I cut down. I think this is about 17 inches.
Now, is there a different mind focus between any piece?
Well, this is a little more painful because the resultant's concentrated on a much smaller area. That which makes a difference. And it's shorter. So. And your floor's a little slippery. Well, up there.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Well, that is definitely a wonder.
Oh, I have one more. A little deck of mini cards.
Now, I would imagine just because they're about half the size, it would be that much tougher.
It is tougher. Took a lot more practice.
Wow.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Wonder Shock. Check him out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now here's another wonderful guy, Jonathan Sixay.
Next song is called Never Want to See You Cry. You can find it on YouTube as well.
Can someone tell me what happened last night? When I woke up, she wasn't by my side. And all the things are gone, and I don't know what went wrong. I never wanna see you cry. I really love the beach at night. And I can finish a bottle of Jack all alone. I really love the beach at night. And I can finish a bottle of Jack all alone. And tell me again how much you really hate the person I am. I never wanna see you. Tell me again how much you really hate the person I am. I never wanna see you cry. I'm sorry for what I had to do. And all those things that you put me through. We're going nowhere and it's happening way too fast. I never wanna see you cry. I really love the beach at night. And I can finish a bottle of Jack all alone. I really love the beach at night. And I can finish a bottle of Jack all alone. And tell me again how much you really hate the person I am. I never wanna see you. Tell me again how much you really hate the person I am. I never wanna see you cry. I really love the beach at night. And I can finish a bottle of Jack all alone. I really love the beach at night. And I can finish finish a bottle of Jack all alone. And tell me again how much you really hate the person I am. I never wanna see you. Tell me again how much you really hate the person I am. I never wanna see you cry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. A musician who finally gets it. Give it up for a musician who knows. Yes. Talking into the mic.
That's right.
Thanks, John.
Thank you, man. Yes, sir.
It starts in.
What time is it? Starts in a little while.
Think they're there yet?
No. I'll be there a couple minutes before, probably.
So musically, number one off the top of the charts, who's your influence?
Influence? Actually, believe it or not, Eminem.
Really?
It's always been a big influence of mine. Even though like my music's not like his whatsoever, but just his passion and everything I always admired.
Now, you play covers, you do originals,
Do everything, yes.
and is there one easier for you than the next?
As far as cover songs?
Or originals, which is easier?
Originals probably easier because I wrote them. I'm not trying to play somebody else's song the way that they, did it. So if I wrote it, I mess it up, I know how to fix it. You know what I mean? Whereas if, say, I'm doing my band actually does an Eminem mashup, where if I mess up his lyrics, people will know because they already, you know what I mean? So originals are always easier because I wrote them.
Now, you just started your own band.
Yeah, I'm in a band now.
So, is it tough going from solo to band to solo?
Yeah, it's a lot of stress. Got to make sure everybody's on the same page. Make sure everybody wants to play the same shows, can play the same shows. You know what I mean? If one person can't make it, I got to try to fill them in. Like, say, if the bass player can't make it, I got to find a fill-in bass player. So it's a lot easier to be solo, yeah.
Solo.
Do it
I'm
by
having
yourself.
problems with crew. Don't flip me the bird in there. Maybe I should do the show solo.
You're gonna do the cameras and everything yourself?
I do everything else. I think I could handle the control room. What do you?
Just have little cardboard cutouts.
I think. So what's been the biggest thrill so far? And don't worry about having to say here, cause.
Oh, this
yeah.
definitely. No,
Oh,
this is
you-
awesome. I really like being here. I played a show actually about a month ago, the People Distinction Awards. It was across the street from the Empire State Building at the Graduate Center. That was a pretty exciting experience. I met some pretty cool people. There was a guy that was on True Detective there and stuff, a lot of Broadway singers and stuff. That was a lot of fun. Also, I worked with a rapper. I wrote a chorus for him and we recorded in Brooklyn. Those last two songs I just played actually were recorded in Brooklyn, New York.
Now, you guys on PPRN tend to talk about the music scene in Connecticut being
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, it's pretty bad some places.
Why?
Why? Yeah. I couldn't tell you. People want to go out and hear songs that they know in Connecticut. They don't want to listen to a new artist or a new song. You know what I mean? They want to go out, have a good time, listen to something that they can sing along to. Everybody wants to hear Freebird, you know what I mean, at the bars. Everybody wants to hear, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy or something like that,
But do you see a problem maybe doing 3 or 4 covers and then throwing in 2 or 3 originals so people get to know you personally?
Yeah. That's actually what I do is we have like a 3-hour set. We're going to do like 5 or 6 originals, but we're going to do the songs everybody wants to hear also. You know what I mean? So we're trying to give it a variety and then just introduce the original songs so that they know and they can hear it and make sure they're accessible online.
Well, I want to thank you for coming
Thank
out
you. I appreciate you having me
for,
on.
for coming this distance.
Yeah, actually wasn't bad. I made it.
Every once in a while, listen to me. Every Tuesday and Thursday, everyone.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
What'd I say?
You said Tuesday, Thursday.
Oops. They're gonna kill me.
I'm gonna hear about it when I get home.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays, PPRN Radio, Facebook.
Instagram, Twitter, and Wikipedia.
You know, I got turned down by Wikipedia, but that's I'm not even going to get into that now. But
You'll get there. It'll happen.
I want to once again thank you.
Thank you.
Check him out. Once again, pprnradio.com. You guys can follow along.
You can find me on Facebook and Twitter as well as my personal stuff, Jonathan6A, if you'd like.
And that'll also be below you.
I don't know how that works.
Yes. But someone else has traveled a distance. Another friend of mine, all the way from a faraway land called New Jersey. Very funny comic. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Clemenza.
What's up? If I look familiar, it's because I am. I'm Danny DeVito's stunt double. And Batman, when he jumped in the water as Penguin, that was me. All the things he didn't want to do in Twins, that was me. It was real painful dealing with Schwarzenegger. Persian, Italian, and Greek. I came out of my mother as a hairy olive. I'm an alcoholic. The olive doesn't fall far from the tree. The placenta, when I was born, was a dirty martini. Like I said, I'm part Italian. My Italian family came here during the Great Baked Ziti famine. All heard of the potato famine with the Irish? Well, the Italians had the Great Baked Ziti famine. I just joined the union. Finally, good pay. It's the Lollipop Guild. I used to work in the gay bar. All the unions are named after Wizard of Oz characters. I had to leave the job, though. The job was a pain in the butt. Actually, that's where I met Cyclone.
Wow.
I'm gonna get paid for that one later, obviously. You guys are following the president's race?
Yeah.
We got a lot of political people here. I think most people hate Donald Trump, but I would like to see him be president. I think he'll get rid of the national debt real quickly. From what I hear, he's going to put slot machines all over the Oval Office. You go in, you visit the president, you play a little Cleopatra's Gold. All the money goes to the House of Representatives. Also, as you notice, they closed down Trump Towers. But they didn't get rid of the neon sign. They're going to put it on top of the White House. Giant neon sign that says Trump. We really don't need any more Bushes in the White House. Everybody agree? Take a moment for that one. This Jebediah Bush guy. And Clinton. No more Bushes. That's probably going to get bleeped out. But
Nah.
the only good thing about Jebediah Bush is he has a Mexican wife. I can't believe this is new news. I just heard about this like a month ago. His wife is Mexican. So at least the White House is going to smell like Taco Tuesdays and Fabuloso. And then there's that light-skinned Mexican guy running for president. I forget his name. I think it's Tony Romo. At least he throws like Tony Romo. Yeah, God, no. Well, I think that's it for me. I'm Chris Pepino Clemenza. Look me up on Facebook or Instagram as Little Clemenza.
Come on over.
Now see us?
Yep. Grass in my ass, yes. So, Chris, do you find that there's a difference between comics coming from New York and New Jersey?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, with me, it's weird because I kind of lived in both. Right now, I live in the village, but I grew up in Jersey, so I consider myself a hybrid. But so I don't count. But because I known comics who grew up in Jersey and who grew up in New York, and who grew up somewhere else and moved to New York, you could definitely tell. Like, especially if you consider Manhattan is a whole different beast.
Oh my God.
But like Brooklyn and Jersey City, you kind of have that same accent. You might be able to hear it in me. There's definitely yeah, Jersey is more laid back. I'm glad you brought that up. There's a joke people say when people say that New Yorkers, or some people say New Yorkers are really mean. Some people say New Yorkers are very, very nice. When you bump into a mean New Yorker, that's not a New Yorker. That's somebody from Jersey who just came through the path who doesn't give a shit. They're the mean ones. You think of them as New Yorkers because you really can't tell. We live 5-10 minutes away. We look the same. We sound the same.
Now, you were doing a podcast,
Yes.
Beer Talk. I'm afraid to ask this, but where did the idea even come up?
Great question. Guess that's why you're Cyclone.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Great questions, yeah.
One of my friends, doing the bar show that you were at once, had a very, very bad experience. He or she got very, very drunk. I'm not going to say made a fool out of herself, but didn't like the way she acted. I called her the next day, him or her, and I was trying to cheer them up. They were like, we all been in that situation where we drank too much and I'm not going to say suicidal in some cases, yeah, suicidal, but we had that really, really bad feeling. Oh, what did I do? Oh my God, I'm a disgrace. So,
I know that feeling.
Cyclone invented that feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Before him, it was nobody. So I was cheering him or her up for a good 5-6 hours of texting. And they really started feeling better. And that's what gave me the idea to start a bar talk as a therapeutic way for the people going through the ordeal, and in funny and educational way to other people that we all go through it.
You know, reminiscing now, oh yeah, mine was really, really, really helpful to people, I'm sure.
Oh, I loved yours.
Oh yeah.
I tried to look for it to see if it was out there.
You know, I actually saw it again.
Did you? Is it
Yeah.
on YouTube? I gotta look harder then.
Yeah. Is there a comedy bucket list for you?
Comedy bucket list. Not really. Just piss people off. Joan Crawford said something very funny. Not funny, but very, very philosophical. She said, enjoy the experience while you're going up. So basically, my bucket list is just to enjoy the experience one step at a time.
Wow. See, I had to actually audition for Gotham in front of Rich Mazzilli. And he asked me, what do I want out of comedy? And I was really green. I mean, I was in stand-up. I think 2 months at the time. So I look at him and I'm like, I want what every fat white guy wants. Sitcom on NBC with the young chippy wife. And I haven't been invited back to Gotham since. But I want to thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Is this really a pleasure? Because hi to you, too. Jackass. Is there anybody that has a crew I can borrow for a TV show? Well, okay, seriously, though, it is time to start wrapping things up. I want to thank my first ever sponsor, Gold Square Creative Designs. They're rebooting my website so it doesn't suck anymore. Seriously, I want to thank those guys for all their help. My guests, give it up for them. My crew that showed up. I'll even clap for you guys that showed up. Thank you. To you guys, thank you. And no thank yous to the 7, 8, 9, however many of you that said you were coming that didn't show up. You guys are all getting demerits. And to my members that didn't show up, you guys are going to deal with me later. I want to say really fast, every Tuesday and Wednesday, I got it right this time, yay me, from 7 to 11, pprnradio.com. I got to keep saying it because they keep plugging me, you know. pprnradio.com, pprnradio.com, pprnradio.com.
One more time.
pprnradio.com. On Wikipedia, Facebook.
Instagram and Twitter.
There you go. Now, until next month, which is, I think, October 21st, third Wednesday of October, whatever day it is. I am Cyclone saying, stay humble, America.
The song's called Lonely Road. She's a little something and a little something else. Taking this bottle of Jack off this dusty shelf. She's a Gemini, you never know what she's got on her mind. And maybe it's all in my head. And maybe it's all in my head. We travel down this lonely road alone. No one around and everything is closed. If I kiss you tonight, will you steal my soul? We travel down this lonely road alone. The stars look so beautiful when my eyes are closed. My guitar's in my hand and she is cold. Really love the goosebumps on her hips when she moans. And maybe it's all in
my head. And maybe it's all in my head. We travel down this lonely road alone. No one around and everything is closed. If I kissed you tonight, will you steal my soul?